All right, today I'm going to give myself a small trim, a small haircut. And so I am going to get my hair just a little bit damp with a wet brush. And that way, because my hair, I usually like to do it dry, but my hair got all curly because I got my hair wet and didn't blow dry it. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So what we are first going to do, of course, is part our hair in quadrants. So that's from your forehead to the back of your neck and from the behind your ear to behind your other ear. And I also like to do another one uh, above my ear and around the back to the other ear, above the other ear. I like to do that as well with my cuts. And so we're just going to section this off and pin the front back so I can see what I'm doing. And so at this age, I don't like to put any blonding all on the blonde that I already have. My hair is far too fragile for that at this age. And so I'm going to just leave that part alone entirely and just put the product to where it meets up with the blonde. So I am taking a section from behind my ear. The longest section of your hair is what I'm going to be grabbing. So this is behind my ear and this is my longest section. I'm going to be bringing this up towards the front. Now, if I wanted my hair to look blunt cut in the back, I would hold my fingers straight across and cut that way. But I don't. I want a soft U. So I'm going to angle my fingers up and I'm going to cut off the major parts of it with my scissors held at an angle, never straight across for me. And now I'm going to be point cutting. And point cutting is just simply point cutting. You just take the point scissors and cut in an imaginary line that you've drawn in your head of where you want your level to be and just kind of point into that and cut. And that's all it is. So now I'm going to put these two sections back together and I'm going to take about an inch from in front of the ear and from behind the ear because I want to do layers. Now, to soften these layers up for the transition, you want to take these two sections where they meet and kind of transition those together where they just kind of softly melt into each other. And so that's why I take a section from each. And now I want to get this as flat as I can, so I'm going to pull this up and do the same thing. I'm going to be taking this and making sure that my fingers are correctly placed. I want them firm. I want a firm grip in between my fingers. And then I will go ahead and cut. And then I can do my point cut. And so just gonna point cut this in here. I haven't moved any of the hair. It's important to hold on to that hair because as you bring it down, if you've got longer hair like I do, some of it can move and slip out of placement and then the line won't be right when you let go. Now I'm going to take a section from the behind the ear and I am going to do my layer. So I'm taking this and I'm going from the middle part and then just to the back of my ear and taking that section. We're going to flatten that out again. And then for this, if you like a longer type of layer, you're going to pull this out to the side. You're going to pull your hair out to the side like that. If you want a shorter one, you're going to pull it straight up. So I want a longer one, so I pulled mine out to the side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my scissors at an angle and cut off the major amount that I need. And then I'm going to point cut and into that to the level that I want. And that is it. And I'm going to do that same thing on both sides of my head. And that is a very gentle, easy, this is a shorter layer. It's still long though for me. I have long hair. Kind of cut, or I should say trim. Now for my crown of my head, I do it differently different times, but today I am going to take my tool and I'm going to go above the arch of my eyebrow and go straight back to the back of my head on either side. Notice I am pulling this up not like straight at you like a paintbrush, but to the side. And I've got my fingers at an angle, cutting off the major parts here, and then I will point cut this in. And that is the easiest hair trim that I know how to do. It doesn't take long. It just gives you a little bit of a refresh. I am not a hairdresser by any any means. I was a manicurist, but that's about as far as I took it. All right, we are also going to do a refresh on the hair. I'm just going to be doing my roots. That's all I need. That is about 4 months worth of growth. And I'm just bringing it down to where the blonde starts that I already have there. I like to twist my hair at the scalp and then put it on. It just seems to make it easier. And then I like to melt it in with my finger. Good. I did my hair. Now, like I said, I've been working out in the yard and stuff, so it's not the cleanest right now, but I did do, I think, a pretty darn good job on the refresh, and I also gave myself a little hair trim.